Today we're going out to Willow to look at a friend's bike. It looks like his clutch might be done for because you can't put it in gear, or you can put it in gear but it only move at like one speed when it's driving, and it looks like the clutches are slipping because you can't pop start it. So we're gonna go and pull that apart and see what happens. And that's how our day's going. Alright, so this is the bike that we're working on. First thing to do is we want to drain the oil. So what we're going to need is a 10 millimeter, or 12 millimeter, sorry. Because this right here is your drain bolt. So what you want to do is you want to get your 12 millimeter and an extension. A short one will work. I just like the longer one because I can get it out here. But you want to make sure you go into the left. Right way to remember that is clockwise and counterclockwise. Right is clockwise and counterclockwise is left, which is loosening. So we're going to want the 12 mil, the extension, and the ratchet. I'm using 3/8 drive because it's a pretty strong one. So we want a pan to dump the oil into. And we've got the skid plate here. It's not too big of a deal. I mean, it's kind of in the way. But we're just gonna tip the bike over enough to where when we get it off, it's just gonna dump into the pan. So you just wanna loosen that up. Now it's pretty easy to just take off by hand. I'm gonna start tipping the bike over. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, keep dumping over until it falls on me. Make sure you trust your friends. I don't, but they're gonna try and kill me. I'm sure of it. Tip it more.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
Alright, that's good.
Hold on. And
It should be.
tip it more. Ooh, look at that oil. That don't look too good. It's a little bit
brown.
Yeah. And how often? How long ago did you replace this?
Month ago. Dang.
How many rides have you gotten it since then?
0.
Yeah. Kind of looks like maybe not water, but it kind of has that.
I like coffee.
Kind of has a little watery look to it. So we're gonna have to watch that.
Is that so light since the oil?
So yep, we're gonna drain all the oil, and we'll be back once we're done. So now we put the bike on the stand. We're gonna swing it around this way, and then I'm gonna lift the bike, and he's gonna slide my stand under it. Second. How about you make it level?
I'm working on it.
Okay, hold on. Now
Now
we can just
snake it.
snake around there. They do a test. Could go forward a little bit further.
Okay.
Alright, that'll be fine.
That'll be fine. We got this.
So that's how you put a bike on the stand. We have the bike on the stand. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this. First I'm gonna take a sip. Best stuff here. Anyways,
With care.
first we want to do is we want to remove that. So we grab our set here. Now the ideal thing is if you have the socket ones. Unfortunately we don't here, and I forgot to bring my own. So we'll just have to use these today. So too small. Oh, that's cool. Went all the way in there.
It's 6.
6. So 6 fits. Now you turn this. It's gonna be a pain.
Oh, there's a pin.
Oh, there's a pin on the other side. Alright, should have looked at that first.
Yeah. We're gonna have to replace that now.
Yeah. I can get that. That's easy.
Make
How did this do that? Okay. Anyways, you just pull this off. So once you get that,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Don't
something.
focus on that. What's wrong with you? Oh, we put a paper towel here because we can wipe our hands on it, and there's going to be oil inside this. What?
No, we might want to close that just because.
No, it's just for the fun of it. I kind of like this.
Yeah, but the oil was.
Oh, that's your problem. So we dropped this down. We did have to remove the spring, which hooks onto this hole right here. It's really kind of hard to see, but it's right there. So we got this off. Now it's easy to get to all of these. These look like 8mm. So let me grab an 8. And Sam, can you grab my ratchet? Or your ratchet? So you get your ratchet. You get your... Take off your 10mm, because this is an 8. I don't know why I'm using an extension. I just kind of like them. They're nice to use. So, loosen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, poor GoPro. Expensive mistakes. Alright, so now we're just taking...
7, 8.
Did I not do that one?
Yes, no, you didn't.
7, 7,
You
7,
didn't
7.
do that one.
That song. That was like you yesterday, Levi. Pister Pro video coming out soon also. Actually, it'll probably be out by the time this one gets out. So I have to edit that out. Okay, so we're pulling all these bolts out here. I'm gonna hate you. Just super easy to get an extension and your socket and just pull out these. Ooh.
That was long.
So it's like this one here is a long one because it helps hold this cover
It's a
on
long
here
one,
to
too.
get to the crankcase. This one here is also a long one.
Long.
Actually, since we have this tray here, might as well just stick them on there. Got 2 long ones so far. Let's see what else we got here. This one's a short one. You can tell because there's threads right here. The other ones are just long without threads. Can you grab that oil thing real quick?
The pan.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gold mining.
Hey! That metal in your engine must have just been gold. Were you gold digging with your dirt bike again?
Again, man.
How many times have I told you not to do this?
He's always doing that.
3 times. So you got your pan here just in case oil comes out, and now I have
One less long one.
this thing might leak actually.
I said it might. The pan?
Yeah.
Pan's not leaking.
You sure? So my hand's wet now while I did touch the bottom.
Just burst. Oh yeah, there's stuff on the bottom.
Oh.
Oh, it's coming out? Just like that, huh? Oh.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that. That's that easy.
Alright, we might need a screwdriver to take this off.
Yeah, Sam, use your man muscles, bro.
Okay. Watch your hands, Sam. We'll come back when we get this off. Alright, so we're back. We've got this mostly taken off. Now you gotta pull it off. What I had to do is I had to use the screwdriver here. I just had to kind of weasel my way around it. It's not a big deal. But when you look at this, see there's some metal around here. Now there's dirt in there because I was using my hand. That's okay. We're gonna wash this up before we put it back together anyways. Now there's a dowel pin here that goes right there, and a dowel pin here. And that helps this to stay in one place so the bolts aren't taking the full force of holding it on. These dowel pins are. So that's the importance about these dowel pins. They're also on your cylinder, they're on your head. Yeah, so pretty good. We have to take this here. I mean, we don't have to take it off now, but when we put this back on, we have to put the gasket back on. So we already know we're gonna need a gasket. We know we're gonna need some oil. While we're at it, since we found metal, we might as well change the oil filters that are in there, which isn't hard to get to at all. So this right here is your clutch. It's got the cover, and then underneath you have your clutch plates and then your friction plates. So we're going to have to pull this off. So let me find the right one. Looks like a 12, possibly. Oops, sorry, Sam. Didn't know you had that big of a head. Oh, it's not a 12.
Just use a screwdriver.
I mean, you could,
It's
but
a-
that's harder.
It's a 10.
That's how you strip.
You
them
can
out.
use a screwdriver for these, but a socket is a lot better for these because it locks in. I'm using a 12 point. You can use a 6 point. Make sure if a bolt is stripped out, you're gonna want to use a 6 point.
Wait, let me put it in gear, bro. Is it in gear?
It's still moving.
Yeah, it's in gear though.
There we go.
So take these off.
No, it won't move.
Quick burst of energy. Now these are still kind of hard to take off because I'm just gonna take these bolts here. We're gonna set them inside his thing. We're gonna get a paper towel to stick in the tray. Right there. Not a step, but it is a good place to put all your stuff. Could be a step if you really needed to. If you're really light.
You're short.
Like most
short.
of us here.
You're short.
You.
So now we're pulling all these off. Can't really do them by hand yet because there's springs behind them keeping tension so they don't just snap off and like snap on. So we're just pulling all these off and I'll be back when I get those off. Alright, so this is the last bolt here. Just take this cover off. That is your parents. So we've got, see, each one has a spring and then it has the bolt. That's so that they have pressure on this plate here full time and that these can't come out. So now that we got that, this thing pops out. You've got this little doohickey that helps put it in gear and it's pushing right there. So, we got that.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew, y'all.
Anywho, so when we're looking here, see they bend this plate up so that it stops this nut from moving, like under any circumstances, so that this thing won't come off. Don't think we really have to take that off. One thing we do have to do is we got to start pulling these off. So this first one here looks all right. Has these plates behind it, by the way. So it goes this one. This looks pretty good. That's why first gear's working. Got this one here. Yeah, they're all coming out in the same time. This is not as much meat on these clutches. So, guessing that the clutch is indeed the issue. But each one goes on. Then you got the little plate here. Then you've got this other plate here. They seem to look like they are missing their meat on these. So that could indeed be his issue. We won't really know for sure until we look more into this. This is my first time doing a clutch on my own. Last time we were doing it on a KX250. But I wasn't really watching them do that as much. But I was watching them do it, so I know a little bit about that. We got this one here. All of them seem to be missing some meat on their clutch plates. So we're gonna pull all these off. And we're gonna be back. All right, so looks like your clutch plates are bad because when you look at this here, there's like a grime in there, right there. It's a lot of dirt. When you touch it, drag it out. That's your clutch plate. And that's why some of these are missing. Some of these things look like they're not, their pads aren't that good. They're smaller and they're rubbing away on this here. So we're gonna buy a new clutch for it. All right, so what we did today was we pulled off his clutch, we inspected it, found out that the clutch plates were worn. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get that part ordered, and we're gonna order a new gasket for that, and we're gonna put it back together and see if that was the issue. All right, so we've got our clutch plates. They finally came in. They're Tusk. So yeah, these are our clutch plates. It's important to put them in oil. It's just really nice, and they're already soaked, so it'll work better because it runs with oil already. So what you want to do is you want to get them soaked. You want to let them soak for a little bit, and then you've got your bike, and we just start putting them in. I'm gonna see if I can find an E-pad real quick though. So today we're working on the rest of the 2005 YC250F. We have these clutches in the oil. They're all soaked and ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting them on. So first, starting with this one. And you just go ahead, match it up. Then you slide it all the way onto the back. And then you wanna go with one of the other ones. And then you just wanna slide this one on here. And now the way these work is when the oil gets good, these stick together, and when there's pressure applied, it moves this whole basket. It moves, yeah. Anywho, but it like moves it and it'll turn the back tire. So you just, now when you're putting these on, you make sure they're oiled and you just alternate. All right, so we got most of these on. Putting on the last one right now. Nice and oily. And you can just dump this back in your oil container because they're nice and clean, or they should be if you're putting a new one in. So yeah, that's the last one. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go grab into our parts bin and we're gonna grab a random part and install it. This one looks fun. So since we already have this on, we're gonna stick this guy on here, just like that. And then now we need this new springs. Sam, if you will. Sam, if you will. Sam, don't make me fire you on your own bike video.
My property.
Oh, he gonna pull that car. Was that me? Can I have the bolts again? All right, so what we do.
I thought all the bolts were in there. So.
Awesome. If anyone needs an extra one, we got an extra.
$600 for an extra spring.
And these are the 8mm. I lied. These are the 10mm. See, just like that. So, can you grab me an extension out of that box? Thanks, Sam. That's Sam. He's our mascot. I'm the CEO. Excuse you. Kidding, guys. Trademark. Merch coming soon. Merch coming soon.
He's lying. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I am lying.
You are lying. We're broke.
You're paying.
yeah, seriously.
Excuse me. Alright, so what we're starting to do is watch Sam crush the suspension on his bike.
Do it again.
Do a flip. Alright, so now what we're doing is... Oh my goodness, my hands are so oily. This is not working right. Do you have a screwdriver? You can use a Phillips to tighten these down. You can also use it to loosen them. But the 10 is always a better option. So it's really not too hard. You just Hopefully you remember everything you did. And if not, you can just rewatch the video or you can watch us do this. Now in a perfect world, we would tighten these down to torque spec.
But here at the Bois Customs, we don't do that.
But here at the Bois Customs, I only do head bolts, cylinders, torque spec. Actually, I have the torque spec on my phone. These. Okay, so it looks like 5.8 foot-pounds.
8 foot-pounds?
5.8 foot-pounds.
5.8
Yes.
foot-pounds. 5.8?
So this is how it all works, by the way. It's pretty cool. Start with 10, go to 11, over and over and over. So, 7.2 foot-pounds for the cover. Okay, this is really hard to stay on there.
Watch you struggling.
Because my hands are all oily. So whenever I'm trying to do this, it's just like, ha, funny.
Oh, I'm getting your hand.
Oh, slipped.
Let's just do
I just got like a full 5-second shot of your hand.
Okay. So what we're doing right now is we're torquing these bolts to what they should be. And we'll be back when we're done with that. Okay. So now what we're doing, you can see when he pushes on the clutch lever or pulls on the clutch lever, it pushes this clutch out.
Do it again.
You can hear it.
You can
can't
kind
really see
of
it.
get that.
So now what I'm doing right now is I'm making sure this is clean. Most important part, make sure it's clean. All right, so we got a new gasket right here. Okay, so the way you have to do it is you have to do words in. Then you gotta go like this. So,
Yes.
oh, I'm kidding. Anyways, I'm actually kind of fighting with Kibble White right now.
What?
They sent me the wrong valves parts, and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll call you back." And
No.
didn't hear anything, so I called him again, and our office is currently closed. Someone got COVID. Yes.
I think the long ones are supposed to go here and here.
No,
Or here. Yeah, maybe.
literally not, dude. How?
Okay. I don't know.
Do you want me to take that?
Why does it look so weird?
I don't know. I remember there was a certain order of the long ones.
Could go in. That one could go in there. But it's more likely that it goes right there. Alright, so what we're doing now is we got the gasket on and we're starting to put these in. Oh, funny. 10 millimeter wasn't turning them. Well, why is that? Because they're 8 millimeter heads. Wouldn't that make sense? Alright, so we look back in here. Torque specs. That bolt, 7.2 foot-pounds.
We should probably put that on the screen. Edit that on the screen so they can
I don't
see
know
that
how to
better.
do that.
Oh, see, we do need.
I'm getting paid nothing to
We
be
need
an
an
editor.
editor.
5. So when you're tightening these, you want to go across. Now usually, now I don't know about this for sure. The manual didn't say that there was one, but with like cylinder heads where you have a double cylinder, you want to go across. They have like a pattern. So like if you have 8 bolts, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Isn't that called something like a star pattern? Or
Yeah,
something?
it's in a star pattern. And the manual will tell you all about that. Alright, so now what we're doing is we're tightening this one up. Because right now, there's not a very good brake lever.
You don't need brakes.
Do it.
Actually,
He
we can,
doesn't need.
it will be tight. But
You gotta make sure it's the exact same.
what we're
else as the
doing
board
is we're going to
obviously.
start filling it up.
It's working.
It's literally the exact same diameter.
It's working.
You know, hopefully nothing comes out of that.
Oh, I just saw something. It popped out.
Oh dang it!
So today we went over how to change out the clutch in this bike. Tusk clutch is what we put in. We soak the disc, we put them back in. You tighten it all up, you make sure it all goes back together the right way. So now it starts, it runs. It seemed like it had more, the wheel moved more when you give it gas. so we're gonna go test it out. Should be good to go though. You could see it already had major improvements. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. We're the Bois Customs. We're gonna do stuff like this all the time. So we're gonna do some snow machine rebuilds this winter. Quite a few probably. But there's more videos to come, and this video will be posted shortly. But I hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe, comment with any questions, and we'll get back to you.
All right, go.
I didn't say the
Beach.
Go ahead. All right, don't stall it out this time. Some power, huh? It's backfiring a little bit.
That's just the right.
Probably.
Don't warm up.
Yeah, well, eventually.
All right, so this has been changing the clutch on a 2005 YZ250F. Yeah, works great. He's riding it
I
around.
believe that word.
We all get to try it. He's shocked. He's amazed. He bought it broken. Now it's fixed.
Hopefully.
We're gonna ride this later.